ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Shrimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 12, Verse 8. Ekastvameva sadasad-dvayam-advayam cha svarnam krita-kritam niveha navastu bhedaha agnanatas-vaijanair-vihito vikalpo yasmad gunavyatikaro nirupadhikasya. My dear Lord, your Lordship alone is the cause and the effect. Therefore, although you appear to be two, you are the absolute one. So you appear as the cause and effect. You might appear as two different things, but actually you are the one. You are the only one. As there's no difference between the gold of a golden ornament and the gold in a mine, there's no difference between cause and effect. Both of them are the same. Both of them are the same in the sense that uh, so if you're looking at energies, that either both of them are material energies, spiritual energies, or it is because it's all coming from Krishna, it is non-different from Krishna. That way there is no difference. Though the actions that cause and effect though are different in the sense cause results in something happening, and whatever that happened is the effect. Though they are different, one is the trigger, the other is the result, but still because they are coming from Krishna, they are non-different. Both of them are the same. Only because of ignorance do people concoct differences and dualities. It is very important to understand. There are dualities in this world because we are concocting it. It means that it is in our mind. It is in our mind that these dualities exist. Now, I will discuss this in a little bit more detail. You are free from material contamination. And since the entire cosmos is caused by you and cannot exist without you, it is an effect of your transcendental qualities. See, the material world is an effect of his transcendental qualities, not material qualities, because there are no material qualities of Krishna. Though we think of this material world as material, we call it material. It's material more from the way it's being used by us, uh, uh, or because it is temporary. But because the source of all this is Krishna, it is a result of his transcendental qualities. Thus, the conception that Brahman is true and the world false cannot be maintained. This Prabhupada is adding. Brahma Satya Jagan Mithya, this cannot be accepted because Brahman is adhyatmic, is spiritual. Jagat, which is material, is not mithya, but is temporary. But because it has come from the spirit, from uh, transcendence, or from this, it's because it's a spiritual, it's come from the spiritual substance. So it is not false. Material world is not false. Material world is true, but it is a temporary manifestation. Okay, very heavy verse. We'll see. Purport Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that the living entities are representations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. marginal potency, whereas the various bodies accepted by living entities are products of material energy. So we should understand that the our body is manifestation of the material energy, but we are manifestation of the Lord's marginal potency. Marginal means that we can be here or there. If the Atma chooses to remain in the material world, then it is influenced by material energy. If the Atma wants to remain in Krishna, then it chooses to remain in the spiritual energy. So it is marginal, tatastha. But the body is material. Body is made of material energy. Thus the body is considered material and the soul is considered spiritual. The origin of them both, however, is the same personality of Godhead. The Lord explains in Bhagavad Gita, Bhumi Rapanalo Vayukam Mano Buddhirevacha Hankara iti yamme binna prakriti rashtadha apareyamita swanyam prakritim vidhi me param jiva bhuta mahabhavo yayedam jaryate jagat. So this word in the word important word in this is dharyate. Dharyate means actually Prabhupada translates it as like misuse types. Actually, we are supposed to use. Is there echo? We are supposed to use. 1 second. Somebody's phone here is echoing. Okay, I'm muting for. Okay. So dharyate means so we are actually as so Prabhupada today in a he was explaining in a class. So he was saying that family, friendship, and love. So Prabhupada used to use these words: family, friendship, and love, because Christians say this: family, friendship, and love are divinely bestowed on a human being. Divinely bestowed, meaning divine means like God has given. Prabhupada is like thrashing it. He said like it's not divine. It's not divinely bestowed. It is bestowed because we want it. Divinely bestowed means like it's like a benediction. It's like a boon. No, it's not like a boon. It's just because we wanted this family, friendship, love, we got it. And then Prabhupada was explaining, saying that why there is this need for family, friendship, love in this material world. And he said, because it originates in Krishna. Krishna has his family. Krishna has friendship. Krishna has love. And because we are not getting it, then we are running here and there trying to see, can this family, friendship, and love come from material relations? Hmm. But we should understand that because we wanted this material, we wanted this perverted family, friendship, and love, we have come here to enjoy. We didn't want to be we didn't want to serve Krishna. How foolish, how stupid we are. So we want to be here independent of Krishna, enjoying Krishna. And now slowly as our eyes are opening, we are feeling like the heat of material world, right? We are saying, oh, no, this is so difficult. I can't live here. I want to go back to Krishna. I want to be simply doing devotion every day, full time. But it's difficult in this material world. Hmm. So Krishna gave this material world just so that we can realize that this place is not for us. That we should not try to settle down here. But what we are doing? We are misusing all the resources Krishna has given. Instead of using it in his service, we are using it for our sense gratification. So this is dharyate. Yedam dharyate jagat. But then we are struggling here. We are struggling in this material world with material nature. It's so difficult. So difficult. It's so powerful. The nature that we have acquired, we ourselves cannot deal with it. It's so difficult. As we become more aware in Krishna consciousness, we realize saying, oh, horrible, what kind of a person, what kind of a nature have I got? Even though we are making progress in Krishna consciousness, our material nature keeps interrupting us. Maya Devi has not given up. It's still, there are anarthas. So we should understand saying that our What is that? Bhagavad Gita, there's one verse which says, um, that intelligent man does all action only for purification. Hmm. What is that verse? Atma Shuddhaye. Just for Atma Shuddhi. Atma is always Shuddhi only, pure. But because now it's contaminated, a devotee does whatever he does, it should only be for his purification, not for further entanglement, not for further contamination. But we can't control this. We end up doing nonsense. So we have to be very careful with this. Material energy is like scary. Mhm. Thus, both matter and the living entities are manifestations of energy of the Supreme Lord. Since the energy and the energetic are not different, and since material and marginal energies are both energies of the Supreme Energetic, ultimately the Supreme Personality of Godhead is everything. Now, this is a very, very exalted vision, right? Where a devotee is just seeing Krishna everywhere. Mm. Very, very exalted. Uttamadhikari, topmost devotee, who doesn't see anything else. He doesn't see anything material. He's just seeing Krishna everywhere. Krishna, Krishna. Okay, this is also Krishna. That's also Krishna. Something else is also Krishna. So this vision has two levels. The first level is philosophically seeing Krishna everywhere. Meaning we see something material, we understand saying that this material energy, but this energy belongs to Krishna. And that is the first level. Right, and that also we can see only when we give up this desire for sense gratification. Otherwise, we see something nice, we want to enjoy. See, our mind works so mechanically for sense gratification that as soon as we see something which is required or which we feel attracted for our sense gratification, mind automatically starts calculating. Okay, how can I get this? How can I, whatever, right? So now it's so difficult to break at that point of time, to break and think about Krishna. For example, devotees who like to eat honor prasadam, right? Now, as soon as they see prasadam, they think, it'll be so nice if I have it. It's like natural. It's like a trigger. It's like, and now what we need to do is become conscious, saying that no, 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 this was for Krishna. And then think, okay, did Krishna enjoy? Did Krishna like this prasadam? The devotee offer it with love. Now this switch has to happen. We have to switch our consciousness. Bhoga is looks like eternal consciousness, right? Because for a long time we have been in this bhoga mode, enjoy, 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 enjoy. So when to switch from that bhoga to tyaga or bhakti is very difficult. Tyaga is those who say, no, 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 I don't want, I don't want, I don't want, which is also difficult. But then bhakti is even more difficult to think saying, oh, no, no, this is for Krishna. Very difficult. I keep asking devotees, why do you buy new clothes? What is the answer? No answer. Because it can't be for Krishna, isn't it? Can you offer pant and shirt to Krishna? You can't. You can't offer anything to Krishna. So we end up buying for ourselves. Right? So this is our disease. This is our material disease, that Krishna has given all this for his service. We end up thinking, using it for our sense gratification. So that's why Prabhupada, especially in that verse, actually is a very beautiful purport. He translates it very differently. A gold earring and gold in a mine are different only as cause and effect. Otherwise, they are the same. Both are gold. One is the source of gold, or the mine is the source of gold, and the earring is a product of gold. That's all. But both are gold. The Vedanta Sutra describes that Brahman is the cause of everything. Janmadi asya yataha. So this is what I was saying. Prabhupada said that, this need for family, friendship and love also is perverted reflection of the same qualities which Krishna has. And Prabhupada was saying that, Krishna loves Radha. Prabhupada doesn't normally make such statements, and when he makes such statements, there's so much of love in that statement itself. Just the way Prabhupada says, Krishna loves Radha. It's just like, yeah, I've been there, I've seen, I know what they do. I know their love. So that love is the real love that we are all hankering for. The real love that we want actually is not only in the presence of Krishna or not only in the presence of Radha, in the presence of both Radha and Krishna. We want to see them happy. We want to make sure that we can be instruments for their love. That is the perfection of our existence. Mm. And Prabhupada was saying, why did Krishna create all of us? Because family, friendship, and love. He wanted us to become his family. And we are like stupidly, we are here struggling this material existence, trying to build, me, mine. But Janmadhyasya Ataha, we should remember that Krishna is the origin and Krishna created us for his happiness, his enjoyment. And actually, it's such a, happy situation to be enjoyed by Krishna and not to enjoy mm, ourselves. It's a very happy situation, but we need to experience it. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinah rasavarjam rasopyasya param drishtva nivartate. Only when we experience that higher taste, then we can give up this lower taste of trying to enjoy. And what is that higher taste? When we do service so selflessly for the pleasure of Guru and Krishna, and then when Krishna is pleased, Krishna becomes happy and we experience that happiness. Mm. Everything is born of the Supreme Brahman, from which everything emanates as different energies. None of these energies should be considered false. Mayavadi's differentiation between Brahman and Maya is only due to ignorance. So, we should not consider anything as different from Krishna. And we should understand that everything is only for his pleasure. Every relationship is for his pleasure. Every object is for his pleasure. Everything in this material world is just for his pleasure. Prabhupada in Bhagavad Gita he writes saying that we can learn this only under the able guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. Prabhupada writes this. Saying how we have to use everything in Krishna's service can be learnt, has to be learnt from when we are under the able guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. Because a bona fide spiritual master does not think of sense gratification. He's always thinking about Krishna's pleasure. That's why, that Mangalarti that we sing is so significant. So I request all devotees to please find some free time and read the meaning of Mangalarti verses. You see, in the whole Mangalarti, it's glorifying Guru and Guru's qualities in service to his Guru and Krishna. That's what Mangalarti glorifies. So it's so amazing, Shri Vigrahara Dhananityanana Shringara Tanmandiramarjanado. So what does Guru do? Guru is engaged in Shri Vigrahara Aradhana, Shri Vigraha Aradhana. Shringara Tanman Diramarjanado. Shringara. So doing Shringara to the Lord. Mandiramarjana, cleaning. And then Yuktasya Bhaktamsha. And then all this is being done. He does this. He enables devotees to do this. Gives them service to do all these things. Such a spiritual master we are offering our obeisances. So this is the whole idea of initiation, right? Is to actually give ourselves up to the Guru so that he can use us as an instrument in serving Krishna. Otherwise, we will just continue Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam. We'll be here forever. Srimad Veera Raghava Acharya in his Bhagavata Chandra Chandrika describes the Vaishnava philosophy as follows. The cosmic manifestation is described as Sat and Asat, as Chit and Achit. Matter is Achit. Achit means that dead or ignorant. Chit means knowledge. And the living force is Chit, but their origin is the Supreme Person of Godhead in whom there is no difference between matter and spirit. See, it's inconceivable. Something dead, how can it come from living force? That is inconceivable potency of Krishna. That he is spiritual, but he can produce material things also. According to this conception, the cosmic manifestation consisting of both matter and spirit is not different from the Supreme Person of Godhead. Idammi Vishwam Bhagavani Vetaraha. This cosmic manifestation, although it appears different from him, is also the Supreme Lord. Hmm. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyaktamurtina matstani sarvabhutani na chaham teshvavastitah. Na, all beings are in me, but I am not in them. Hmm. Because although someone may say that the Supreme Person is different from the cosmic manifestation, actually he is not. Prabhupada is repeatedly hammering this. Hmm. Therefore, the world is not different from him. The difference is a difference in names. Just we are giving different names. That's all. But everything is Krishna only. For example, whether we speak of gold earrings, gold bangles, gold necklaces, ultimately they're all gold. In a similar way, all the different manifestations of matter and spirit are ultimately one in the Supreme Person of Godhead. Ekam evadvitiyam Brahma. This is the Vedic version, Chandogya Upanishad. There is oneness because everything emanates from the Supreme Brahman. The example already given is that there is no difference between a golden earring and the gold mine. The Vaisheshika philosophers, however, because of their Mayavada conception, create differences. They say Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. The absolute truth is real, cosmic manifestation is false. No, it's not false. Prabhupada says, why should the Jagat be considered Mithya? The Jagat is an emanation from Brahman. Therefore, Jagat is also truth. If Brahman is truth, whatever comes from Brahman is also truth. How can it be false? Vaishnavas therefore do not consider the Jagat to be Mithya. Rather, they regard everything as reality, but in connection with the Supreme Person of Godhead. Anasaktasya vishayan yataram upayanjataha nirbandha Krishna sambandhe yuktam vairagyam uchyate. Prapanchikataya buddhya hari sambandhi vastunaha mumukshu viparityago vairagyam phalu katyate. So Rupa Goswami in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he says that things should be accepted for the Lord's service and not for one's personal sense gratification. If one accepts something without attachment and accepts it because it is related to Krishna, one's renunciation is called Yuktam Vairagyam. So we don't say, we don't want this, we don't want this, we don't want this. If that thing can be used in Krishna's service, like Prabhupada used to say, other sannyasis says, don't give money, don't give money. But I say, give all the money that you have. Because I'm going to use it in Krishna's service. Right? So this is Yukta Vairagya. Yukta Vairagya means we are not running away from something just because it's normally misused. Money is normally misused. So sannyas is saying, no, 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 I have to run away from this because otherwise I'll also misuse. No. But those who are very elevated, they say, no, no, money is being misused, but that is the wrong understanding. The right understanding is to use money in Krishna's service. And then when they use it in Krishna's service, that is called Yukta Vairagya. So our process of Krishna consciousness, we are not in this Falgu Vairagya business. Falgu Vairagya is artificial renunciation. Oh, money, money, money. No, no, no. Renounce, renounce, renounce. No. If you renounce money, then how can we run center? We can't renounce money. But we don't want money for our sense gratification. We want money for Krishna's service. Mm. The Jagat should not be rejected as mithya. It is truth, and the truth is realized when everything is engaged in the service of the Lord. See, Prabhupada is saying the truth is realized when you use everything in the service of the Lord. The truth that this is not mithya can be realized only when we use it in the service of the Lord. A flower accepted for one sense gratification is material, but when the same flower is offered to the Supreme Lord by a devotee, it is spiritual. What do normal people do? They go to the shop, they go to the flower vendor, and they see some nice flower, they pay money, take it, wear it. What do devotees do? Go to the same shop, see the same beautiful flowers, take it, bring it, offer it to Krishna, take it as prasadam. That's all the difference. Right? Food taken and cooked for oneself is material, but food cooked for spiritual Lord is spiritual prasada. This is a question of realization. Actually, everything is given by the Supreme Lord, and therefore everything is spiritual. So there's nothing material. But those who are not advanced in proper knowledge make distinctions because of the interactions of the three modes of nature. So Prabhupada is saying that those who are not advanced in proper knowledge, they see material things as material, right? And they say, okay, this thing is supposed to be used for this. Like for example, money is supposed to be used for sense gratification. But somebody in advanced knowledge, he says, no, 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 money is not supposed to be used for sense gratification. Money is supposed to be used for Krishna service. So it's a matter of realization. In this regard, Srila Jiva Goswami says that although the sun is only light, the sunshine, which is exhibited in 7 colors, and darkness, which is the absence of sunshine, are not different from the sun. For without the existence of the sun, such differentiations cannot exist. So it's a very complex philosophy. So Prabhupada is saying, so there is sun. What is darkness? Darkness is absence of sun. So this darkness is also dependent on sun. Without the existence of sun, there can't be darkness. So in that sense, it is said darkness is also same as sunshine. Just that darkness is absence of sunshine. But if there is no sunshine, then there's no question of darkness. If there's nothing like sunshine, how can there be darkness? So like this, Prabhupada is saying, basically everything is just coming from Krishna. We have to realize this, a lot of technology, philosophical stuff, but we have to just remember whatever we see is not for us, it's for him. Materially, we can directly perceive the sunshine spreading itself according to different names and activities, but ultimately the sun is one. Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. Everything is an expansion of Supreme Brahman. Therefore, the Supreme Lord is everything, is one without differentiation. Without differentiation means that when the Supreme Lord comes and takes different forms, now Supreme Lord has expanded himself as us, right? Jivas. Now, we might see differences, but the difference is only material. Difference is material. What is the difference? The difference is in the body. But Atma is not different. Your Atma, my Atma, everybody's Atma is the same. So it's very difficult, which is why, Shastra also says that himsa, jiva himsa is an aparada, is an offense, because the another jiva is also actually Atma. But we don't see other jiva as Atma. We see the other jiva, we see them from a material perspective. And we deal with them materially. For example, in some people's houses, they don't treat their maids very nicely. Say a maid, give them rejected stuff, give them yesterday's stuff, spoiled stuff like that. Because they are not seeing the soul in that maid. They're seeing the body of that maid, meaning they're just seeing the material position of that maid. So this is not advanced vision. This is material vision. And I keep saying that, whenever we see somebody, we only see the external. We only see the body. And that's true even of devotees. Right? Devotees come and see, and they have something to comment about. Something to comment on the bodily platform. There's nothing spiritual. Many times when devotees come and says, Prabhu, you become so thin. I said, can you see anything else? Because you can't see anything else. We are stuck to the body. We can't see beyond the body. We have to first see beyond the body, and then we have to see that everything is actually Krishna. So we are stuck on the bodily platform. Now we have to go beyond the body, see the Atma, and see that Atma is different from the body, and then see that the Atma is part and parcel of Krishna. The body is also Krishna, that everything is an emanation from Krishna. And why did Krishna give all this? So that we can rectify ourselves, we can learn to serve him, and so on. So it's very, very, because we are in ignorance, we can't, these philosophies are, we can't, this theory, to put it in practice, that's why Prabhupada says that it's not enough if you just know that you are not the body, you are spirit soul. Prabhupada said, you have to act on the platform of spirit soul, meaning you have to do activities on the position of spirit soul, being a spirit soul. That means we have to engage in devotion. So in this verse, so this difference between cause and effect. There's no difference between the cause and effect. See at the end of the day, why are we here? We are here for rectification. The cause is also, so suppose say somebody is having some material problem. Now what is the cause? The immediate cause is material, right? But the ultimate cause is spiritual. What is the ultimate cause? The ultimate cause is Krishna, who wants us to give up sense gratification. That is the ultimate cause. Meaning, why is Krishna allowing something like punishment in this material world? Because for our rectification. So when we have problems, we have to see that problem as Krishna. Hmm? We have to see the effective suffering also as Krishna. It is Krishna's mercy that I am suffering now. Because if I don't suffer now, then I will never learn. This is one sad thing for all of us in this material world, that we learn only when we suffer. We don't learn otherwise. If everything is going paka, fine, the way we want, what are we going to learn? Nothing we are going to learn. We're going to be happy, enjoy. So when problems come, you please recognize that that problem is a mercy of Krishna, that he is waking us up. Especially, that's why Krishna says, Chaturvida bhajante mam jana sukrutino arjuna, artho artharthi jigna sugnani cha bharatarshabha. So those who are sukrutis, meaning they have done pious, they have lived a pious life in their past, when they are faced with difficulties, they come to Krishna. So they're sukrutinaha, they are pious. And the reason that that problem is there itself is to bring them to Krishna. So in one sense, they achieved the goal. I mean, they achieved the outcome of that problem, which was to actually come to Krishna. Yesterday, I was talking to somebody. So there's some marriage issue. I mean, all kinds of problems keep coming. So Mataji is devotee, and that her husband is not a devotee, and for some reason, the parents decided to get her married to, and he's a very good person. Not a, he's a sattvic person. And I was just telling him, see, the only problem in your marriage is you are sattvic, but she's Krishna conscious. And he was saying, oh, but we also go to the temple. We also do this. He said, see, that is not bhakti. You have to understand what bhakti is. So now, just because one person still has some tendency for some sense gratification, the other person doesn't want sense gratification, so conflict. So then I said, see, boss, the only reason this problem has come to you is because you are in Sattva Guna, but Krishna wants to pull you to bhakti. So he's given you this problem. And also you're fortunate because you got a devotee wife. So understand this. And okay, she's also going extreme. Don't worry. Okay, we can pull her back. You're two back, you come forward. Both of you come on the common ground, right? So, but without devotion, there cannot be any solution to material problems, because they wanted, so some counselor spoke, this, that, and all. Nothing is helping. Finally, all of them came and told me, saying, the Prabhu, this is a bhakti problem. You go and talk, right? Because materially, we can't give them any solution. So then after discussion with parents and in-laws and this and that and all that, finally I figured things that this is the only solution. So I told him, he's some distance from our center here. So I said, you please come here. There's no solution for your problem. Bhakti is your solution. Krishna is calling you. Krishna has mercifully given you this problem so that you can come to him. And thereby he's saving many, many more lifetimes of struggle that you would have had otherwise. You would have had to otherwise go on life after life, some problems or the other. But Krishna is just giving mercy to you. He's just bringing you to him. What more do you want? So we should understand cause, effect, everything is Krishna. And ultimately, it's all Krishna's mercy. Krishna can't see us suffering in this material world. He can't see us suffering. He is that very, very loving father who can't see his children suffering. So he's saying, come, come. But we are so stubborn. We don't want to come. And sometimes our material situations prevent us from coming. But at the end of the day, we should understand all this is just so that we can turn towards Krishna. That's all. So even devotees, we are conditionally thinking about Krishna. When conditions are favorable, we think about Krishna. And that is okay in the beginning, which is why we say come to the center, be in the association of devotees, so that at least here you will not be material in the thought process. Because you are in devotee association. When you go out of devotee association and go into non-devotee association, you will fall from spiritual consciousness to material consciousness. And then again, you have to get free from that contamination. Again, come in the association of devotees, here, do chanting. So that's all. We have to just understand that all this is just for us to become pure become qualified to go back to Krishna, and Krishna is waiting. Krishna is waiting for us. Mm. And sometimes I also see, for example, I give this example. See, okay, this Narayani. Now, how many devotees see Narayani on the spiritual platform? How many devotees see Narayani as a cute child? It's the difference between material and spiritual. Mm. So we have to understand that it's not, she might be a cute child, but she's cute or whatever just because she's a devotee. Now, if you don't see her as a devotee, then it's material vision. Mm. I like to go to her because I feel that she has so much Krishna consciousness, right? And whatever I do with her is to teach her. I'm not interested in that, happy relationship with a small, cute child, right? I mean, see, we have to understand because even we have things to learn from her also, right? I mean, she's so happy. She's so happy. And when is she happy? When she hears Kirtan. Mm. I mean, and we should understand saying that, see, this is where we have to go. We have to become so happy when we hear Kirtan. And we can see that, that Jiva has done so much of devotion, and then thought comes to my mind, oh my God. I mean, this Jiva in this kind of happiness is still come back again. What about us? What is the hope that we are going to go back? So better we, pack up, become more intense in our sadhana. So it's important, everything in our life, we need to see as Krishna's mercy to make us pure, to prepare us to go back to an eternal life full of bliss. There's nothing there. There's nothing else. Mm. Of course, then at a very higher platform, it also looks like Goloka Vrindavana is full of distress. But anyway, it's a different platform. We can't understand. We don't want to discuss that. But at least, our goal is to go back to Krishna. Actually, I was so happy today. One person came for the first time. He was chanting Hare Krishna. He took the beats and he was so happy. He's chanting and then he's smiling and chanting. And then I was looking at Guru Bhakta Prabhu and said, see our chanting. Which means that Krishna is giving him that mercy, which is the ultimate, which is where we have to reach. That happiness that is there in just chanting Krishna's name, where we can just forget our body, our pain in our body, and the disturbance around us, isn't it? Somebody chanting loudly, somebody sleeping, somebody dreaming, somebody snoring. I mean, if we are so attracted by the Nama, what can distract us? And I was so happy. And it inspires me, saying, oh my God, 15 years of bhakti, and then I'm still struggling, no taste for the Nama. Hmm? And then there's this devotee who's chanting, and then, he's like happily chanting. It almost looked like he's having a conversation with Krishna. Krishna is speaking to him and making some joke. Right? I mean, he looked so happy, so happy. And then he said, Hare Krishna to everybody and went. Of course, then Krishna has given that jalak, saying that this is what you're looking for. This happiness is what you're looking for. And you can get it. And for us, we also had it. We also remember those days, early days in Krishna consciousness when, there's like bliss. And then beating started, tuck, 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 tuck. Okay, now clean up, clean up, clean up. And then while we are going through the cleanup, difficult. But then once we are clean, again we go back to the same position of bliss. So we have to endeavor to clean ourselves up. Every attempt. Sometimes I feel very, very miserable about myself because, I have to keep telling devotees, this is not right, that's not right, this is correct, do like this. And I keep feeling, how much can I say? I don't feel like telling. But then I think, if I don't tell, then how are they going to learn? It's my responsibility to teach. And we don't have like structured sessions for teaching devotees because it keeps happening all the time. So which is why then I finally decided, okay, I have to have a structured slot for giving general directions, right? So Mangalarti, in all temples, there will be Nama Amrita and it ends. Now we have one more Amrita after that. What to do? I'm saying it's a practical requirement. It is required because it's very heavy. It takes a toll on me. just correcting. People think that, oh, I can't go near this guy, because all the time he's just saying this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, do like this, do like that. But I'm not doing it happily. I'm not happy doing that. No, but I have to do it because it's my service. Otherwise, I will not be doing my service. So I request all devotees who are serving here with me, please bear with my nonsense. Okay, but at the same time, you can help me by actually learning quickly, so that I don't have to keep repeating the same things again and again. And then you will also move further ahead such that you can also teach others. Mm. It's a painful process, but we have to go through that surgery, to go back to Krishna. Anyway, okay, so I'll stop here. If anybody has any questions, comments. Mm.
I have two questions.
Shashank Prabhu is asking something or saying something.
You mentioned in the class that we have to act on the spiritual platform.
We have to act on the spiritual platform.
We have to indulge in devotional service completely.
Yeah.
But how will we get to know that we are doing devotional service? But how will we get to know that we are acting in spiritual platform? Because
Okay.
that service will be doing.
Okay, good question. So Prabhu is asking that we are doing devotional service, but how do we know we are on the spiritual platform or material platform? Yeah, so if you are doing the service for Guru and Krishna's pleasure, then it's on the spiritual platform. If you're doing for our pleasure, it's material platform. If you are doing it for our enjoyment, it's material platform. If you are doing it for La Puja Pratishtha, it is material platform. So simple, if you are simply doing it just for the pleasure of Guru and Krishna, that is called Shuddha Bhakti, pure devotional service. That is transcendental. Anything else is Mishra, some form of contamination.
Then all the service, once we come inside of any service, then everything is spiritual.
Everything is spiritual. If you do it with that consciousness, everything is spiritual because service is Radharani. So it can't be material. But we make it material because of our consciousness. Because we do it for our sense gratification, then it ceases to be devotion. Then it can't be called devotion technically.
So along with the service, consciousness.
Yeah, absolutely. Consciousness is the key. Right? Otherwise, service becomes work. Like I was saying, no, even dancing becomes like mundane if you are not doing it for the pleasure of Krishna. Everything. If you're doing anything for the pleasure of Krishna, it's transcendental. If you're doing it for your own sense gratification, it becomes material. To that extent. That's why it's called Mishra Bhakti. Mishra Bhakti means it's mixed. Sometimes it is transcendental, sometimes it's material. But you have to just do it for the pleasure of Guru and Krishna. And when you do it for the pleasure of Guru and Krishna, and when they are pleased, you will feel pleased automatically. You will feel that happiness. Like today, I was just seeing the garlands. Yeah, it's just so beautiful. Simple but beautiful. But then I was thinking, saying that devotees are making it. Are they thinking that Krishna is going to like this? Whether I'm doing it for Krishna's pleasure? Now, if I'm doing it, I'm going to be very careful about my service. Then what I'll think is, when I put this on Krishna, how will it look? So then I will think about, for example, things like, now, we've done, here today. So just pardon all the devotees online, but I gave darshan of our altar today. So there are yellow flowers, and then there are combination of red, violet, etc. in the middle. Now, if I were doing this service, I would have seen the distance, almost like a measuring tape, how much yellow on left side, that much on yellow only on the right side. I would measure it to make sure that there's not even 1 centimeter more on one side than the other. Why? Because Krishna wants perfection. Krishna is okay, Krishna wants love, but does it mean that Krishna is also okay with Shadi Seva? No. Right? So, Krishna has given flowers. No, we didn't create the flowers. Krishna has given us flowers to offer it in the best perfect way, right? That consciousness is, so when I offer it to Krishna, when the garland stands like this, only this much should be yellow and this side it should be yellow. Then this much to this much should be color, and beyond that, this much is yellow. Literally, I should visualize Krishna wearing this. And then when I make 4 garlands, when I'm making for Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Jagannath is wearing long garland, Subhadra is seeing, Are, why long garland? Why not for me? Sister, no? So we should see, if we don't get into personal conception of Lord, then our devotion will remain mundane. That consciousness will never come, right? For me, the consciousness is every devotee has to learn this, saying that you see some flower even slightly brown, throw it. Krishna created it, but it is now not completely useful for his service. Use it outside. I'm saying if we can build this consciousness in devotees, then all service will be perfectly transcendental for the pleasure of Krishna, and Krishna will feel pleased. Yeah. See, Krishna is not so much about how or what. He's not even about what color flowers have you used. No, he's seeing how much involved were you in doing this for me. How much love did you have when you are doing this, Carla? And that's what he wants. It's not about whether we offered 50 items for the Lord. Yes, it's good to offer 50 items for the Lord. But even if there are 2 items, if they were done with full consciousness, with desire to please Him, with full attention, He will be pleased with that. So devotional service is about absorption, is about always thinking, I'm doing this, will Krishna like this? It's so simple. But that simplicity we can't take. We make it complex. And then why acharyas have given rules? Sometimes devotees keep, asking, saying that why Prabhu so many rules? Rules are there, still you're not Krishna conscious. If rules are not there, what will happen? Rules are supposed to make us Krishna conscious, saying that, I am not naturally, I don't want to do this, but they're saying wash hand. For whom? Krishna. They're saying don't put my hand in my hair. Why? Because it's going to contaminate. Why? That flower. Why? Because I'm offering to Krishna. So the rules are there to make us Krishna conscious. But then we are averse towards rule. Oh, no, 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 no. Why all these rules? No, just leave us free. We will do. Leave us free, then gone. Huh? If people have left us free, no? All these lifetimes we were free. Where did we go? Punarapi janam, punarapi maranam. This is what is happening, right? So when Acharya catches hold of us, then we should feel, now I'm safe. And then they're saying, become Krishna conscious, become Krishna conscious. And everything you do, become Krishna conscious. So that service has to be done with that mood. Then it is transcendental. Everything, for that matter. So many years of my devotion life, I used to do kirtan for my pleasure. I never did kirtan for Krishna's pleasure. It took me a long time to understand, saying that this is not for my pleasure. So because there is contamination, right? And that contamination has to go. Contamination has to go.
So the pleasure of Krishna and Guru. Now,
Yeah.
for Guru, pleasure means we have to follow instructions. When we follow perfect instruction, for Guru it will be satisfied. Need not to be that Guru has to inform us or praise us.
No.
If we follow.
Yes. Okay, good question. So how will Yase Prasadat Bhagavat Prasada, Guru is pleased, Krishna is pleased. How do we please Guru? Not standing in front of Guru saying that Guru Maharaj, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. Then he'll throw us out, saying you're not worthy to be a disciple. You have so much of false ego. The connection between disciple and Guru happens on the platform of Paramatma. So the Paramatma connection is there. So Paramatma informs Guru if he has to inform something about us. That's all. Nah, it's transcendental. Like I was telling, so many things. It's just, it happens on a different platform. We don't have to think that, no, I have to tell my Guru, otherwise he won't know. No, he knows. He knows. I told him, right, how my Guru Maharaj saw the big fat false ego in me. And then he just ignored me for many years of my bhakti. And I was feeling so bad, saying that, why Guru Maharaj speaks to everybody else, he doesn't speak to me. And I realized, after lot of struggle, trying to understand, finally I figured, it's my false ego. Because I want my Guru to appreciate me. So Guru Maharaj just ignored me. So we can't understand. How did he come to know? We don't know, right? All gurus are like that. They're transcendental. They're in connection with Krishna. They have Paramatma to Paramatma connection. They will get directions. And accordingly, it's not explicit. It's not like you got an instruction saying that when Narayan Prabhu is full of false ego, keep him away. It's not like that. It automatically happens. The actions that they do are such that it will, and at the same time, it will be benefit or whatever Guru does has impact on multiple disciples also at the same time. So it's not a single dimensional instruction that comes. So it's very complex. But we should just know they are seers of truth. So they know. So whatever they are doing is for our ultimate benefit. And when they say something, you have to just say yes. It's for our benefit.
Last question about chanting for you.
Last question about chanting. Last question.
Yeah.
Is it last question?
Yeah. I have heard in all your classes. Today it was new. You mentioned the absorption plus the attraction to Nama. Day before yesterday in Namamrita, you mentioned the sound of Hare Krishna Mahamantra when we are chanting. We should concentrate on the sound. Now, when I concentrate completely on the sound, the taste of Nama, can I realize? Like fully I'm concentrating and I'm doing 16 rounds finished.
Yeah.
Now this realization or taste, which you mentioned today in class, taste of Nama, which
Okay.
how we can.
Okay, so for those devotees who are not here, so we have this Namamrita sessions. Somebody's phone is ringing. So in the Namamrita session, then I was saying that Krishna has taken the form of Archa Vigraha, form of earth. Archa Vigraha is a form of earth that Krishna has accepted. Similarly, Nama is the form of sound that Krishna has accepted. And just like we get attracted by seeing the deity form of the Lord, we have to get attracted by the sound of the Lord. Sound of that name. Sound. Prabhupada multiple times says sound vibration. You see his writings, he never says Nama. He doesn't use the word Nama. Again, it took me 15 years to realize that. So that attraction has to be for the sound. Sound itself attracts because sound is non-different from Krishna. Like Om is a representation of Krishna. Similarly, Krishna is a representing Krishna. The sound Krishna is representing Krishna. So that sound is not from the material world, it's come from the spiritual world. So Krishna, the name Krishna, Rama, both of these automatically can create bliss in the heart. The names themselves, they are endowed with bliss. So what we need to get attracted is by just that what we are hearing, Krishna, Rama, that sound. We have to get attracted to the sound. Which is why I said we should not get attracted to the music in Kirtan. We should get attracted to the sound of the Nama in Kirtan, not the sound of the instruments in Kirtan. So the sound itself is not different from Krishna. The sound itself. Now the next stage is to understand this sound actually is the name of Krishna. It will automatically come. And then next stage we will automatically realize saying that, oh, this name is the name of Krishna. Then this name of Krishna, when I say Krishna, suddenly then Krishna's qualities come, Krishna's pastimes come, and everything then keeps getting linked one after the other. But when we get attracted to that sound, Krishna, which is why I like some devotees chanting. I hear their chanting when I'm chanting. Because I feel that there is so much of attraction to that sound. So we should develop that attraction to the sound. It's okay to also, if you also developed an attraction to the Nama, also, which is good. But Nama is nothing but sound, which we have to understand. Nama is sound. When you're chanting Hare Krishna, what is it? It's sound. It's not material sound, it's spiritual sound. So just, don't think about anything. Just Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. We are hearing Krishna, Krishna, that sound, Krishna, Krishna, Rama, Hare, that sound. And then we can understand, okay, this is Krishna, this is Rama, this is Hare means this. The meaning and all that can come later. But simply we have to have attraction to the sound, which means that anytime, simply that sound should make us chant. That sound should make us chant. I want to again hear that sound. Maybe this you can relate now. I want to again hear that sound. That same sound I want to hear. Then we develop attraction to Nama and then we make progress. That is why Prabhupada also said, chant loudly. Because if you chant loudly, only we hear, no? Otherwise, where is the attraction to the sound? Because there's no sound at all coming. Right? There's no sound. Where is the sound? There's no sound. There's some very feeble sound inside, right? But it's difficult to develop attraction for Krishna. This nama, this process requires chanting loudly. It's not that people who are chanting very softly, not that they will not make progress. They will make progress, but they will find it more difficult to develop that connection, that attachment, that attraction to nama. That sound should make us want to chant. That sound should make us want to chant more. It's the sound. That's why Prabhupada writes in the Namamrita saying it's a transcendental sound. So please remember this sound is different from word. Prabhupada could have said transcendental name, transcendental word, transcendental something else, but he said transcendental sound. That's why Prabhupada's books are same thing we would have read, but we would have assumed something. He said transcendental sound, we assume transcendental name. That's how we read, right? But he didn't say transcendental name. He said transcendental sound. So that sound has to attract us. Somehow if we develop that attraction to that sound, and which is why we have to hear chanting of pure devotees, because when you hear chanting of pure devotees, because they have attraction to everything. They have attraction to sound, nama, person, his pastimes, qualities, everything. Then all that manifests in the way they take that name. It's the quality of the chanting. Prabhupada says it's the quality of the chanting. Quality of the chanting means what? With how much love, affection you are chanting that name. When we hear the chanting of a pure devotee, then automatically that we get attracted. We want to hear more and more because it's that sound which is coming with, endowed with, completely imbued with love. Then we get attracted. We say, no, 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 I also want to chant like this. So it is the sound. It is the sound. Difficult to understand, but just understand like it's the form. Earthly form, the deity form, we are attracted to the deity form, which is made of earth. Similarly, we have to get attracted to the name, which is sound, which is Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nityam Mukto Abhinnatvam Nama Namino. It's not different. It's not different. Like Arsha Vigraha is not different from the Lord because the Lord has accepted it. Similarly, the sound is not different from the Lord because Lord has accepted it as his. That's why you say Nama Prabhu. The name itself is a manifestation. Anyway, very high philosophy, but just we should get attracted to the sound. So chant in such a way that you will get attracted to your own chanting. It's craziness, right? But you have to get attracted to your own chanting. Don't get attracted to somebody else chanting. Then they go, then you're also gone. Hmm?
During this initial, while chanting improved, to be honest, like, when I was chanting in Vijayanagar, after coming here, it is improved, and
After coming to Goloka.
and after day before yesterday's class, especially that sound, it has still more improved. But I feel I am mechanical initially, like first round, second round, third round. I feel mechanical because I myself I try to see whether I'm telling Hare Krishna first three rounds. I feel from fourth round I'll be like, but first three rounds I feel like mechanical.
Yeah, for me it's 16 rounds like that. For you it's only 3 rounds. So great. Good. Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Pranam Prabhuji.
Pranam.
Prabhuji, how about putting Prabhupada dhun and chanting? Is that advisable? Because hearing you said, how much?
Yeah. So see, we will naturally, it's good for newcomers. Those who are chanting, very, very newly, it's good to chant with Prabhupada. I did that for many years because we don't have attraction to the Nama, but his Nama is pure. His chanting is pure. So we are not actually technically chanting then. We are more hearing him. We are not chanting. We are doing only some part of service, but it's still very powerful. So it's good to hear Prabhupada's chanting and chant, but then soon we should not do that because then we are not. See, it's technical. We should understand when Prabhupada is chanting, if you are not hearing him chanting, it's an offense. Right? So it's better just not, it's not that he's also chanting, I am talking on top of him. Which is why even when we are giving class, we'll switch off the dhun box because we can't talk when Prabhupada is talking. His sound is non-different. It's not that he has to be personally present and, opening his mouth and closing. So, which means that when he is chanting, we should actually just prayerfully hear, which is what we do initially. But then as we make progress, we stop that because otherwise it will become an offense. Then we chant. We practice, right? We fly our own plane, right? So we have to learn that. We have to see. At the end of the day, Ante Narayana Smriti, it's our chanting. Of course, Krishna will also give mercy and bring other people, make them chant if we are not able to. But if we have attraction to Nama ourselves, to the sound, then automatically we will only, that name will come from our mouth. Is that okay, Paripurna Mantri?
Yes, Prabhuji. So for us, it is not advisable then.
Yes. For advanced devotees, it's not advisable.
Not advanced, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. Anything else? Bhoga.
भगवान को क्या पसंद है ये भूल जाते हैं लेकिन गुरु को ये पसंद है तो
हाँ, Guru को ठीक है ना. Guru is a representative of Krishna. See, because we can't go access Krishna directly right now. So yes, if you are doing something for the pleasure of Guru, it's Krishna will accept. See, love for Guru means love for Krishna. We have to understand that. So there's not different. He is the representative, right? See, which is why without a Guru, our bhakti will be like a boat without rudder, right? Without any direction. Then it will be for us. See, just look at our own life, right? First we are cooking for ourselves. Then at least then we came to Guru seriousness. Then we say, no, we'll cook for Guru. Then when Guru gives mercy at some point of time, we'll cook for Krishna, right? Of course, it's not different, but we can also think what Krishna likes at some point of time. But till it comes, it can be, yes, Guru Maharaj likes this, so I want to cook this.
चैंटिंग का एक्सपीरियंस ये है कि जब मैंने फर्स्ट टाइम 16 राउंड्स किए तब मेरा एक्सपीरियंस ऐसा था कि मैं पहले से अमृत पी रही हूँ
Yeah.
बट दैट टेस्ट आई एम
Yeah.
नॉट और ऐसे क्यों होता है क्योंकि अभी तो मैं कृष्णा कॉन्शियस मतलब पूरा भक्ति मतलब कर रहे हैं सेवा कर रहे हैं ये कर रहे हैं चैंटिंग कर रहे हैं
Yeah.
बाकी एसोसिएशन में
So, yeah, we asked this question to His Grace Radhesham Prabhu when he was in Bangalore. This question came up. Actually, Prabhu was discussing something and he said this, saying that the initial bliss of Krishna consciousness goes off because we offend. We do aprada. Actually, we don't know. We do lot of offenses. Left, right, and center, we are doing offenses. And those devotees who don't offend, they will continue to experience the taste. Or maybe there is little breakage and then they very quickly get over it and experience the taste of Krishna consciousness again. He said that the reason that devotees don't experience bliss of Krishna consciousness is because they're offending. See, ours is a very difficult moment, which is why I was saying, people who go to Venkateshwara temple, for example, Balaji temple, they offer, whatever they want to offer to the Lord, they be there for some time, take Mangalarti, take Prasadam, come. Now, they don't have anything like associating with other devotees. Our heaviest cleansing process for us is association with devotees, and it's austerity. Because every devotee is a Vaishnava. If you are engaging with a devotee with any kind of disrespectful mood, it's an offense. And that offense pulls our bhakti down. And then on top of that, we do Seva Prada, we do Nama Prada, and then we do Vaishnava Prada also. Now, this Vaishnava Prada may not be very serious, but that contamination keeps going, which is why I keep telling people saying, don't talk about other devotees. Don't talk about other devotees. We have no business to talk about other devotees. Like, it's like, hopeless, like, people like me who are, put in a position of responsibility, and we have to do that. Which is why I said, I don't like doing that because it adds so much of contamination in the head. So don't talk about other devotees. If somebody is talking about other devotees, also you say very prayerfully, just say, so very sorry, but I don't prefer hearing about speech about other devotees, please, And then you say, I know, I'm in the center, I'm telling, somebody comes and tells this, you say, there is one person who has to take all this garbage, which is Narayan Prabhu, you please go to him. Right? Everybody else doesn't have to take garbage. And we think that our problems are getting solved by not coming to me, but by talking amongst yourselves. No, it's actually increasing the garbage. For you. For me, it doesn't matter. Right? For me, contamination is less. I'm happy. But it will not help your devotion. So the more we don't talk about other devotees, the better. The more, if at all we want to talk, we talk nicely about other devotees, genuinely. I see also the other devotees saying, oh, Prabhu, you're so great. And then Piche say, yeah, so many times it's happened for me, right? But that's also not good. That is also hypocrisy, right? But just be genuine. Every devotee has such beautiful qualities to appreciate. Like I was saying today, I didn't know Rohit Prabhu cooks. And I was so happy saying that, oh, Reva, one more person to do Rajbhog, right? So it's something that is worth recognizing, right? So we can recognize, right? So if there is something good in another devotee, recognize it. That makes you also happy. And that doesn't add contamination. But ye devotee aisa hai, that devotee is like this. And these things somehow here and there it comes to me. But then I don't go and tell that person. Because then if I tell that person will feel bad. So what is my job? Which is why I keep telling everybody in the center saying that please hear my classes, whether live or not live. At least 10 to 15% applies to service in our center. At least 10 to 15% every day. So as long as we don't do that, we protect ourselves from talking about other devotees, criticizing other devotees, commenting, and we think somehow that we are qualified to comment about other devotees. Just because whatever, maybe we are more years in Krishna consciousness or whatever, right? We don't know, right? None of that is valid at all. It's not valid. A devotee is a devotee. It's between him and Krishna, him and Guru. It's up to them. If I have some responsibility, if somebody comes to me saying that, please guide me in my devotion, yes, we have full responsibility to take care of the devotee in the best possible way, correcting him, guiding him, etc. But otherwise, some nonsense is going on. Garbage bag is here. You don't have to take the garbage. Just that pulls us down heavily. Heavily it pulls us down. We don't know. Simply, oh, see, like this. If simply, it's just like passing thoughts are not good about other Vaishnavas. Pulls us down. Yeah. And that bliss will come back. It will come back. We are all waiting for it. All of us, right? In our own devotion, we are waiting for that bliss to come back. And that the more time it's taking just means that more garbage inside, more contamination it has to go. We have to become clean. And when we become clean, automatically there's nothing. There's no good, bad, ugly, right? Everybody is Krishna's servants. Everybody is doing service nicely, and we'll be happy also.
Plus, Prabhu, in addition to aparadha, our anartha also contributes to this.
Anartha is causing aparadha.
So
Anartha is causing aparadha. If there is no anartha, then there is no aparadha.
then fastly we will realize that yes.
Meaning,
for example, as Matari said, now we did not got taste. I mean, we initially got. Now we are not.
we had taste, we don't have taste now.
We are not experiencing that. Say, for example, I reduced aparadhas full. Now aparadhas I am not doing, but anarthas.
Then it will go off. Then anarthas will go off very quickly. See, anarthas resulting in aparadha is like making, like some small contamination. We use that to create some big problem for ourselves. It's like that. So if you don't do aparadha, just, the anarthas will go off. Bhakti is so powerful, it will go off. Don't engage in talking about other devotees. You want to talk, you talk in front of them. Talk with them. Don't talk about them. Don't talk behind them. This all creates that Vaishnava aparadha. And it's very difficult. It's very, very difficult. I mean, we can see so many issues. Just keep it clean, simple. Okay. Anything else? Online devotees? Okay, we close. I think we've prolonged our class today. Saturday special. I always wanted that Saturday classes should be longer than usual and more people than usual. But normally Saturday participation was lesser than usual. And because people thought, okay, Saturday weekend, chalo, chill marenge. Let's sleep for some more time or whatever. Okay, anyway, I'm happy. Okay, we'll close. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samveta Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. Pranam. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhu Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Pranam to everybody. Okay. Thank you. I'm disconnecting.